Welcome to Gab and Jam, episode 139.
All right. So what are we talking about today?
Okay, so today I was really super inspired by a podcast episode from Creative Pep Talk. The topic is 3 unusual ways to make your art more attractive to new fans. Okay. The premise of the episode originally was great art sells itself. And he's like, yep, maybe that's true. You know, that great art sells itself, right. But you have to sell them on actually partaking of your art. So it can't sell itself if they have not experienced it yet.
Right.
So the whole idea is to attract new fans. And since we are DIY rock stars, every bit of advice that I can glean on how to do that, it just speaks to me. So again, the 3 unusual ways to make your art more attractive to new fans. The first one is get some allies is how I expressed it. But really what he means is share your influences. Okay. So like for us, for Sugar Fit, our music on the album this time sounds like
a combination of type of different artists.
Okay, give me one.
Prince.
Okay, good. So if you like Prince, if you like Cameo, if you like Sly Stone, then you might like Sugar Fit.
Right.
So that's kind of what he's saying is kind of, share that. Yes. And let's see, the way he put it is it will help people like you understand you are like them.
Right.
So that's the way he said if you use the influences, then they'll have a flavor for what they can expect.
Right.
So that's an easy one. And the second tip for unusual ways to make your art more attractive to new fans is to test it out.
And what does that mean?
That means, and one of his quotes, which was really fun, was you wouldn't buy a Toyota from a guy who sells Honda. If you make great art, rep your brand. That's the way I look at it. Okay. So it's like the merch. It's that be your own best first investor.
Right.
You believe in it and you showcase what you have created.
That makes sense.
And you've been doing that forever, because when I first met you, you were listening to your own music in the car. So everywhere we go, so that people can experience it. If you're enjoying it, then people will see your enthusiasm for what you've done.
Right. Yeah. You should be your own biggest
fan. Right. And so
And so it may seem a bit narcissistic, but
Well, but I mean, it's the truth, right? I mean, you enjoy creating it, and I guess something inside of you created it for you first.
Yeah, and I think there are certain people, I've heard other artists say that they just don't listen to their own music. I think it's sort of like, and probably I see it more with actors maybe than with musicians, but actors not watching their own work. Right. It's like they just don't get into watching their own work. But it's probably kind of different for actors a lot of times because there's distance.
Right.
Between them and the work. You go on set, you do something, the director, gets like several different takes of stuff. And then after that, really your performance falls in the hands of the director and the editor, right? And so that's the thing that's different. Whereas with music, you're kind of involved through the whole process.
Yeah, well, you should be. We've heard stories of that not being the case, but that's another story for a different day. Yeah, right. So that's the second way. The third way, and this one was exciting to me too, is answer your enemies. And what I think he means by this is, well, what he says is identify who idea that you want to critique and use that as a sounding board for your art.
And explain, what do you mean by enemy?
So, let me give you a quote that he says, the guy from LCD Sound System says, the best way to complain is to make something. So, the idea, I guess, even for us with the DIY Rockstar, the reason why we do the DIY Rockstar, part of it is kind of a rebellion against the major label ethos. The people feeling like you must be deemed, valuable by on high in order for your art to be valuable. And so in some ways, our whole pursuit, our whole enterprise is a response to us saying we critique that system.
Yeah, I mean, or like what you're saying is it's almost like if you can complain about the music that's not out there today, and it's like, oh well, you know, they're not writing great songs, they're not this, they might then write the great song.
Yeah.
You know, and then go ahead and do what's missing.
Right.
I mean, because there's, you know, several different ways to react to a problem.
Right.
I mean, you don't control what's out there until you contribute to what's out there.
I like that.
You know what I mean? So I mean,
you can't complain if you don't vote, right?
Right. I mean,
So-
you at that point where it's sort of like, if people hate you, you can never change the way people feel about you, but you can always change the way you react to their hate. So if you react to hate with something positive for yourself,
right,
then that's always going to be a net win for you.
Right.
You know, again,
and the best revenge, right?
Right. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, even if it's not revenge, as much as, again, it's something that benefits you. So at the end of the day, that's really the most important aspect of it is, you know, it benefits you, and whether or not your enemies are hurt or whatever happens with your enemies,
it doesn't matter.
Really a non-issue,
right?
Because, you know, you were able to go to a different level.
Yeah, I like that.
Because of that, so.
Yeah, I like that. So, what do you think? What strategies have we left out that might attract new fans before they are able to experience your art? Please drop it in the comments below. What's coming up?
Of course, we got Sugar Fit thing.
We got the Sugar Fit album. Any minute now. I keep saying any day now, but literally any minute. We're just a couple more touches here, and we are done. I think that's it. If you dig the vibe, be sure to
subscribe.
We're wishing you love, peace, and